I really haven't done this in a while. It's good to be back, though. I got a new microphone, which should definitely help with the sound. Might be a little bit rusty, but then again, if I can start playing Go after like 12 years, I can definitely start playing Go after like a couple of months of not playing. Let me just get the YouTube stuff set up so we can do this. And hopefully, yeah, we can do this more often because I just haven't really had time to really play all that much lately. Often because I just haven't really had time. So we're going to get this announcement center and set for an hour expiration, an hour and 5 minutes expiration, and we're going to place the announcement. So there we go. All right, cool. Jump. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Those of you that are challenging me to ladder games, I don't really play ladder games all that much. Also, I also don't know this particular Joseki. I know you have to do this. And then do this, I think. That's not how you respond to this. I'm gonna do this. I think I should just play K16 pretty much, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. I'm pretty sure I'm just supposed to K16, but here you would definitely extend, like when I do this, you would definitely extend K16. I don't think that's how you're supposed to play this because that leaves you in a really, really bad position. I mean, yeah, my two stones down here really aren't that weak. And you could try to kill them, but I just don't think that's a... Yeah, this is really bad for him. You could try to kill the two stones down there. I don't think you would be all that successful, though. It is kind of a weird way to start the game, because your influence that you're building down here doesn't really help you all that much. And like I said, I don't think you can kill my two stones. I'll sacrifice that for this. And yeah, these are just kind of things you have to think about. Like, what am I going to do when you do these plays, right? Because if you kill this stone and I take that, that's a huge win for me. So that just ends up being mine. Right, so you can't actually kill me. You can't actually kill with this. And if you actually look at this, like this is still a fairly weak group. I don't know if I might have extended in, honestly. And this is also a weak group. So now you give me this. It doesn't put this group in danger. I'm pretty sure this group is alive. But it does like... I don't want to... Should I do this? No, I shouldn't do that. That's actually pretty bad. I think I should just go over here and do this. This is kind of a really weird start. It's not something that I'm really used to. I'm pretty sure that's... I'm not going to attack that right now. So my groups are pretty much connected. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that thing down there is alive, so I'm not really all that... But yeah, this is a really, really weird start to a game. That's really not something you want to do, though. To me, that doesn't really gain you anything. That really doesn't gain him anything. That's not what I would do. I'd almost 100% cut there. What do I do with that exactly? Not exactly sure what. Like I'm pretty sure I have to answer it. It's probably the wrong answer though. Oh wait, that's definitely the wrong answer. Oh, now it's fine. Okay, that's fine. Not really afraid of any of this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and approach this way. This is like a really this is a really odd way to play. I'm just gonna go here. He does have to answer up there. Otherwise, I can take a push. That's also not the right way to answer, I don't think. I mean, this is alive. I can't kill this because this is or is it alive? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's alive. I'm gonna Atari this just for the hell of it. I don't think I should have actually done that. I don't know. This is a pretty crucial play, I would guess, but this is alive. I can't kill this. I'm going to play this anyways, just because it's a pain in the ass to actually answer. I said, I don't think I can kill this. Although like, that's not the way I would answer this. There is a lot in here that I have to explain. He might actually end up killing this thing in here, because I think he just killed himself, though. No, he didn't. Did he? No, he didn't. Because, did he? He might have. I don't know. I don't think he did. Now I think he did. It's... Oh, this is really interesting, because he's playing, okay, this is very interesting, because he's playing... Okay, I can't do that, because there's... Huh. Okay, that's fine. He's going to play the ko there. This actually presents a problem for me, though. Yeah, it definitely presents a problem for me, because I'm actually really tight on liberties here now. So it's a bit of an issue. Might have just solved that issue, actually. See, I don't even really know if this is alive or not. I'm pretty sure it is. This might be a huge problem for me because the corner actually might be dead. I don't think it is, but it might be. No, I actually don't think it is. Okay, that kills this for sure. I'm just going to make sure it's dead. I didn't really calculate if this was dead or not. It could have actually been alive. I think it was dead anyways. I didn't have to do that, but this just makes sure it's dead. If he does S17, I can connect. And if he connects, I'm just going to do this. If he Hanes, okay, he's not going to Hane. It's fine. I mean, this is a big bounty for me here. This I can just connect. Right now, we're going to do this. He's going to do that. That's fine. And then we're going to go ahead and just break the territory here. I have definitely not played very well this game. Definitely have not played that well this game. Crap. This is a mistake by me. Oh, by the way, if this is Sente. If he does this, I have to kill this, I think. Okay, I'm alive here for sure. Could sack those two, I guess. So there's a problem here, but I can just connect this one. And then just retreat. I have not played this game well at all. I don't think that matters. I don't see how this is going to make this live. Maybe I'm missing something. I'm going to come out this way because that's actually pretty big. The other one is I can do this. This is also pretty big because that will not kill those two. There's not enough liberties in there to actually threaten this entire group. I don't really see how he's going to make this work out. I can just connect. Yeah, I have to connect this. Oh, that's bad. Actually, that's a bad move. It's actually a pretty bad move. Yeah, I do need to consider these a little more often before I do them. I definitely would have picked this one down here instead of that up there, but we'll see how that actually works out. Let's do this. I don't think there's much of a risk of him killing me. There might be, actually. Okay, to go at this. I think this is necessary. Maybe I should have fought that Ko harder. Who knows? Who actually knows? I might have been able to fight that Ko harder. But this, I don't actually think this is a risk, but we'll see. Okay, so he's given up on that. I'm just going to curl over this way. These... I think I'm just going to go ahead and make this alive. Just to make sure this is alive. So I'm just going to do this. I think I'm probably taking too many liberties with this down here. I've left a lot of holes in the... I left a lot of holes here. To clean up. Don't want to fight this Ko, so I'm just going to go down this way. It's not a good move. That gives me too much Sente. It gets him a little bit of territory up here, but it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so I do actually think I do need to make this alive because something like this would actually give me a lot of trouble. So I'm just going to go ahead and make this alive. Because in my view, he doesn't have that much territory. He had a really good chance to kill this, by the way, as I wasn't paying that much attention. So here I'm just going to connect. Not going to do the tiger's mouth. And then here you want the Sente, so you can do stuff like this. There's not much territory in there. I don't think I don't even want to do that. So this is pretty big. He has some territory there. There's not much territory here, so it's not that big of a deal. Can you actually do that? That doesn't really work. You can block a couple points there, but not really. So I need to destroy the territory here. See, like this looked really big, but in the end, it wasn't really that big of a territory. I need to just make sure that there aren't that many liberties, because there is like this little squeeze move. If there is a bit of a squeeze move there if I let him tighten all the liberties. I just realized I don't really have that much territory either. Because all I have is really like this in here, and that's not really that much territory. He can come down that way, but definitely I don't think with... No, he's one... I'm pretty sure he's one liberty short. And when he connects this, I'm going to connect this. He can try this, but he's one short, I believe. Yeah, he's one liberty short here. If he Ataris that, I'm just not going to respond. Well, I'm going to respond here. So I think I'm ahead by a little bit at least. Not 100% sure how much oh no, that's fine. Ooh, actually this is still dead. Oh, since he has that, I have to connect this. Ah, good thing I caught that. I was definitely not paying too much attention here. Eventually I'm going to connect this. That is the correct way to fix this. I'm also going to do this. This game is actually pretty close because I didn't really bother to count. The starting was... I think this game is pretty close anyways. The starting is... Starting was a little bit weird because I didn't really know how to respond to his start, honestly. It's not really a starting I've actually played before. This should actually handle this just fine. Yeah, I need to do this first. This game is actually quite a bit closer than I thought because I kind of messed up in the beginning. Because this isn't actually that big. I should have played this ko for more. I definitely think I could have played that ko for more. And he had a really big chance to kill this group, but he did miss that opportunity. Filling this is useless, so we're going to go in here. Okay, that's good. Killed that one. Going to Atari this. connect this. This ends up being 1, 2, 3, 4, like 10 points. Might have looked big in the beginning, but it's actually not that big. I don't think he has enough liberties to pull whatever he wants to here, because he does have this, but there's a little too many there for him to pull off anything. I think I'm just going to do this, just so he doesn't connect this first and try to liberty fight me. I'm going to do this. This has potential for some stuff like that, so I'm just going to go ahead and connect it this way. This is useless because this group is alive. I don't think there's any more points on the board. I think the game is played out. Probably ahead by around 20 is my guess. That'd be my guess. I'm headed by around 20 or so. Okay, I don't think there's anything else, unless I missed something.
Pass. Remove the dead stones.
Okay, about 30 points. Okay. I suck at counting, but we'll go back and reviewing this game. I actually do suck at counting, unless like I'm counting very very carefully, and I just kind of made a guess.
You have won.
So 33.5. So we'll go back and review this game from the beginning. Basic start. That's fine. I think like the better move is actually this. Just take the peaceful route, but you know, for teaching games, I tend to do this, and I'm personally more interested to see what happens myself when I do this. That's fine. It's fine. So here, yeah, this is the correct move because it forces white to go out here, and then you don't really have to fix this, right? Because if you fix this, you give white the Hane, and you also give white the ability to kind of break you apart. So you don't want to do that. You do want to make force moves, because if you do this, I have to come out. Otherwise, if I give you this Hane, then it's very damaging for me. So you can see how this should actually turn out. So I have to do this. He does that. Like I said, I probably should just Hane it out. And if I was playing an even game, I would definitely have Hane it out. I wanted to see what happens if I do this, but I wanted to Hane out because getting this Hane is actually really big. It really helps the shape over here, and it kind of like kills black's shape over here. So I do this. He does that. No, yeah, this way you should definitely cap this way. And remember, like, you got to look for synthase to fix your own things. Like, if he has to do this, and then if I do this, he can come down here and take one for free, essentially. And if I connect, and the thing is, like, if I connect here, then he has this Hane. Or just maybe, like, too many cuts, he has this extend. So There's a couple of ways to do this. Yeah. So like this is the wrong way to Atari. You definitely want to like even if you do this, like this obviously is not recommended. I'm pretty sure white wins this one, so you probably can't do that. But I don't know, like the bottom Hane is definitely not the way to go. It's definitely like for this particular Joseki, the top Hane is always the right choice. I extend out
Challenge received.
because now I've separated you into two groups, and both your groups are very, very weak. Whereas you can't really readily kill my 4 stones down here. Right, so I extend, he extends, I extend again, he extends, I extend again. Yeah, this is very, very important. Like anytime you see that you can't kill, I can't kill your group here just by doing something, you have to take this Hane. If you let me get that Hane, it really hurts your group up here, especially since I've extended so many stones here. It makes the 4 really weak. So obviously I'm going to take that. I'm going to take this Hane. And he's going to... So when I do this Hane, you absolutely have to do this. It does force me back, and then you can jump or whatever. So doing this, like letting me come up here is very, very hurtful. I don't think I actually did this right. I think I probably should just jump right over. Because now, like, when you do this, like, this group is not very good. Like, you have pressure from both sides. I probably should have pressured on that side. This was, like, more of an instinctive move for me, and it wasn't a good one. I always, like, when I was learning, it was, like, always, like, if you can stick your head out, do it. But realistically, pressuring from this side is better. So I extend out. He does that. I'm going to go down here. There's no way you can kill these 3 stones. Doing something like, if you want to threaten those two, like doing something like this, which probably wouldn't work right now, is probably the best way. But right now, white kind of has this move, so it probably doesn't work all that well. But doing this, like letting me jump down here, pretty much establishes me. This doesn't really work, because even if I just connect, it's kind of Gote for him, and if it's Gote for him, if it's Gote for him, I can just kind of do this, like it's it doesn't, yeah, like I can just do this, and it's like a freeway home. So there's very little threat there. So I actually played this wrong. Then I obviously just took the stone, but the better choice would actually be the better choice for white would be to connect, force this stone back, and then take the bottom route home. That would be the best choice. I don't think that's a great move, because that creates another separate group over here that black has to worry about now. You don't want to create as many, like, you really don't want to create that many weak groups for yourself. I probably would have extended this myself, because if I do this, you always have this option. I might have just taken the corner. This lets me get the corner, which I'm very happy with. Of course, like this move is going to be very much battled for as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Come up here and threaten this group now. So like the thing is, black really hasn't gotten much territory. I mean, white doesn't either, but white has definitely the influential advantage, and I have the advantage of threatening these stones right now. Come up here. I'm going to do this. Generally not a great move, because if I connect this, it does make me a little bit stronger for this down here. I can understand why he's doing it now, though. This is probably not a good move. I don't know what to do, because it does empty my options to go down here, but I was afraid of this. Maybe this would have been, I don't know exactly how to play this particular move. Maybe even this, but I didn't like... I don't know if this way I would have just done this, I guess. I think this ladder works for me. So yeah, this is probably the better move here. I'm pretty sure this ladder actually does work for me. It doesn't quite reach that stone. So yeah. So I did make that mistake there. Hane down. I think if it were me though, like once I Hane'd, if I were black, I would have cut. Because I know that Q18 Sente, and there's an I somewhere down here. I can always squeeze in Q10 if I need to, so I would have definitely cut if I was black. This just gives me too much of a leg into the stone here. These are bad moves by both sides, especially by me. It doesn't solve completely this problem in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I don't think this move was necessary, right? At least right now, because I don't think I can kill this group. So this wasn't necessary. I went ahead and this is huge because it breaks up the shape down here. I don't know about that move actually. If I would have just done this, if you know, you can always just retreat. I mean, I'm not going to give you these 3 stones. It's too large. So I don't think that move was good. I'm just going to go ahead and do this right now. And then, of course, like, okay, so on this particular move, when I do this, I think if you do this, you're alive. I am almost 100% sure because I have to connect, and then you can, and you do that. Yeah, you're alive if you do that. You don't have to play the ko if you do that. So this was a wrong move because now it's actually ko. I'm gonna connect here. Actually, you know what? I should have. That's what I did wrong. I should have pushed first. That's what I did wrong. There wouldn't be any ko if I pushed first. I was like, it's dead. How did I screw this up? Yeah, if I should have pushed first. Just lack of I wasn't paying attention to. I was paying too little attention to how this sequence worked out. I should have definitely pushed first. It would be dead. But this is a ko. And realistically, even if I did this, actually no, that's not. I did this right. What if I just connected this? I suppose this is alive. But then I can just disconnect this and I would have this, right? Yeah, there's like a 50-point mistake here. But this would just be alive, right? Because I can't kill that. Yeah, I can't kill that. So that would just be alive. But either way, I think this was already dead. What it's telling me is like this ko is useless because it was already dead. That was not necessary. That was not necessary once this was secured. So I made a mistake too in honeying up here because I wanted to make sure this was dead, but this was already dead. That was my mistake. Coming down here, and then going over here. Because this is going to be the biggest move by far right now. I can't let him get all this territory, so I decided to break up that territory. That was probably a mistake. I probably should have just like jumped out. Because he's not going to be able to get both sides, and he doesn't have enough territory. I feel like you go here and then you go here. I feel like that's the way I probably would have played. Because like at this point, you don't like black doesn't have any territory, so you need to at least secure this territory in here. That was a mistake. There's no point in actually doing this. Like here, you definitely want to secure this territory. This is very, very big in securing this territory. So because this doesn't really serve any purpose. You basically just want to catch up in points right now. You know what? I probably should have just done. I don't know if I could do this actually. Yeah, I don't think I can do this. So yeah, I did that right. I feel like I would have done this. This is what put me in a really hard spot because I would have had to do this. And then you have a lot of, and then, you know, the thing is like, after I do this, like this group is definitely in a little bit of trouble. After, I definitely have to come out this way to take care of this group. That's a very good move. Like, this group is actually in trouble. I want this to ensure, like, this group. Like, I feel like if I was black, I would definitely be intent on attacking this group, because at that point, you know that, like, black's behind enough that we're not going to catch up unless you get a lot of advantages in attacking this big white group. So that's, like, one of those places where you actually have to look at the situation, realize how behind you are, and then kind of, like, play to that. I know a lot of you would just do this, but you can't play the Ko right now. There's absolutely no way you can play the Ko right now. So you just take the bottom route, give him a couple of points, and that's that. Just make sure that's alive. I didn't do this because then this is actually Sente, and I didn't want that. So I basically like did this. That's Gote, so I have another move here. I just take all the Sentes in finishing. So that's how the game ended. I got a couple more points in the ending because my ending's a little bit better than his, but realistically, like, I think the last chance he had was trying to attack this group. And after he exchanged this group, the game was essentially over. But realistically, like, my advantage started happening because of these plays up here in the beginning of the game. Once again, this is a wrong move. You either have to just extend out, or you have to play something like this and get Sente. Letting me Hane out here is the first big mistake, and also like Atariing this way. Okay, I need to get rid of this guy. All right, so let's. Oh, okay. All right, let's play another game. I thought that guy challenged me, but he probably went somewhere else. So we're going to create another challenge, and hopefully we can get another game. I honestly have not done these teaching games in quite a while. And you can always feel free to ask questions in the YouTube chat. I'll try to get to them after the game. I usually don't look at it too much before the game.
Game started.
So, okay, another game. I might raise the rank up to like 4Q or 3Q just to give myself a little bit more of a challenge sometimes. And I do actually want to get some like practice for like more serious games for myself. Because I haven't played a serious game in quite a while. Or that's not a good move. Trading this and this is never good. You also give me a perfect 3, so you don't really want to do that. I'm going to go ahead and just come up, I guess. I don't know what to do with this, actually. I feel like I should just do this. Because if I go C17, he can just do B18, and that would leave me in a little bit of a bind. But you see, like, black's shapes right now, these are weak. These are kind of weak-ish shapes. So you don't, like, these are not good shapes. This is also bad because it gives me a direct block. And it gives me a territory here, and there's very little territory here. I don't know what I'd do exactly. I feel like I should just extend. E4 could have been better, though. As I said, it is entertaining for me to play these games because I see a lot of shapes that I just never see for the most part. And part of the game is like, especially if you're trying to move up through the DDK and SDK, especially if you're trying to move through the DDK and SDK ranks, is actually to take advantage of these mistakes. That's usually a bad move. It tightens that one liberty, and sometimes that does actually matter. Yeah, this is just kind of like really awkward here. I think white has a lot more just like overall territory than black does right now. I don't think that was a great move, but I'm not exactly sure what to play here. I know I want to break up the side. Yeah, if I do that, he has the option to play this. And like giving me this is not a good idea for him. I can do that. I think this is pretty bad for him overall. That's also not good for him because this is too crucial and I can just kind of force this here. Yeah, I'm not going to let him get that. But now he has to do that. Yeah, this is not a good conclusion for him. Okay, I'm not going to answer that because this is much bigger. Yes, there is a lot of territory here, but I'm not going to answer this. This is just extending over here. Breaking up the possibility of a moil here is way more important than this particular stone. You can see that, like, you can actually begin to see here that his moils just aren't going to accomplish all that much. And he's going to have a really hard time matching white's territory. He's going to have a very, very hard time matching my territory. That's generally a decent move. I'll give him that, but that's not because this is dead. So the thought behind this here is like you do this just to leave a stone in there so it can be troublesome later, but you don't follow it up because there's no way you can live down here. So like you can see this is a lot of territory and black's going to have a really, really hard time matching that territory anywhere on the board. Not really sure what the point of that move was. No, you can't do that either. I mean, I guess. Oh, that's probably bad by me. Oh, that's definitely a bad move by me. Oh, now that I did it, I probably have to though. That's a bad move by me because I can't extend up here. I screwed that up. Definitely screwed that up. That was a lot of that was a huge mistake by me. It's a pretty big mistake. I'm not really in any danger, but it is a mistake. Probably cost me 10 points or so. Also, like F13 becomes a very big move. Not really sure what the point of that one is. You definitely don't want to do moves like this. Especially you don't want to leave like this hanging. Because this is pretty bad by him. So now I have another Sente, and I'm just going to go ahead and Hane up here. This is really bad for him. This is very, very bad for him. I shouldn't have connected that. That's a mistake. There's no point in connecting that. See, like, there's no like points up here for him to get. That's the issue. There's absolutely no points in there for him to get. Let's go ahead and kill this to solidify my group. That's just giving me extra points. Don't do that. thing is, you have to be aware. You do have to be aware of the board. Like if you're giving like white a lot of territory down here, you have to ask yourself like, where am I going to make up that territory, and how much territory can I actually make up for my Moyo? Because if you can't make up the territory from your Moyo, then you're kind of just screwing yourself. He could have actually gone this way as well. Remember, I don't actually have to. I'm not going to do that because that'll actually make that Gote, but I don't have to win by a huge margin. I just kind of have to win, right? Like that's the whole point in Go. You don't have to win by any kind of margin. You just got to win. You don't like you don't get extra points for winning really hard, and you don't lose extra points for losing really hard. It's not really much of a flexing thing because in a tournament, one win is one win. We're just gonna take like small advantages because there's just realistically there's not many points in here, so I'm not gonna fight him for the points in here. All right, there's maybe 10 points right there to be made with all those moves. All right, so I can probably just come out here, kill this stone, and get just as much as he actually made in there. This doesn't matter as long as you make more, you make just as much, if not more, territory than your opponent. It really doesn't matter. There is an opportunity right now for him to make some points here, but I don't think he's actually taking it. That doesn't really threaten me. I'm going to go ahead and do this anyways, but that realistically doesn't threaten me. That's a lot of giving away points here. I made like, I made more points in here than he did make in here. Like these couple, because these were his points anyways. Now he's taking the opportunity to make some points in here, which is good. I'm going to do that. That's a lot of points. But he left this like open, which means like, see, this is big because like he had some chance to make a couple points up here. Not only I gain points up here, but I also like destroy his chance of making any points up here. So that serves kind of like a double purpose. I'm just going to jump up here to kill off the rest of these points. Like point calculation is a tough thing. And gauging like what moves are big, what moves are small is something that takes basically a lifetime of playing. I'm still not that good at it. I'm still really not that good at it, unfortunately. All right, so I'm going to retreat over here. I'm going to connect this. Because remember, if he tries to kill this, I can just Atari this, so it's not a big deal. And the thing is, now I can choose. I can either kill these three, or I can kill this group down here. I'm obviously going to kill this group down here. This is Sente, so he can connect these three stones in here. But these three stones in here are obviously smaller than the stuff in here, so you take the bigger play. So you don't actually you do this. You just make sure he dies. This is already dead. If you, yeah, just play this out. There's no need to be rushed about this. It's still dead. If he plays B1, just play A2. That's not that useful. You have plenty. I have plenty of liberties here to deal with this, and he doesn't have enough liberties. I have 4 liberties. He has 3, so you know. That's how it works. And plus, I have like an I shape, and he doesn't. Okay, so I'm gonna fix this. I'm actually just gonna connect this because this was Sente, and he could have gotten those 3 out. Although that might almost be as big. I don't know if this is actually. Yeah, it probably is. He definitely should have. Yeah, he most definitely should have just haunted there because he could have gotten this back. That's just kind of lack of reading skill right there. I think playing M16 was a good play, but I'm going to play N15 now. That was pretty big. Is that even a thing? I don't think so. I think I have too many liberties for that to be a thing. Oh, that's definitely not a thing. I was afraid of L18, but I think I have too many liberties for that anyways. That's not any points, but this is. It's not that big though. This is more than that. And just extend this to finish that. He still owes me a move in here. He can do this first, but then he has to repair this because I have to obviously answer if he does that. There's nothing in here. This is like a sequential eye thing. If he does this, I can just connect. So there's actually nothing in here. And now he has the Atari in here that he has to watch out for.
Pass.
Yeah, you need to be careful about that, especially if you're playing tournament. That was the right connection, by the way. But you do need to be very, very careful about that. So that's the wrong move. I'm obviously going to extend in, because I'm just going to kill this, obviously. Like, I don't really care about that stone. It's always like, it's always about,
You have won.
when you play these games, it's always about, yeah, I mean, I think both of us are playing on reaction speed. And like when both of us are doing that, you can tell you can tell the difference between how we feel, how our feels differ for the game. Where do I learn how to play this game? I think like OGS, Online Go Server, probably has some people that are willing to help you. There are some beginner books as well. The game's called Baduk, or Go in Chinese. Budok's Korean. So you can always look for some books to help you learn. I'm not very good at teaching complete beginners because I'm just not really experienced in that. So this is okay. This is generally a bad move because this is generally a weak shape, whereas this, like, the two solid ones are a strong shape. That's generally not a good move either. Yeah, I suspected I would probably be better off just doing this, or possibly doing this, because this isn't really like a big deal. So I'll remember that for next time. That wasn't a great answer. Jump out. Usually I would do this, but you can just extend in, and that leaves me in a really bad shape if I do this. So that's why I decided not to just react, and I just extended out here. That is the right move, by the way. It's extending out here. That's letting me do this is like very, very bad. Once again, it gives me the corner shape. If I was black, I would definitely think about doing this. White's, I would think about it. I would try to read it out, and I would think about doing this. I think this is better for white, obviously, but you would just sack those two. This is probably better for white, but overall, like, you still actually get something over here, which isn't too bad. But I would definitely think about doing it, because like doing this, what you're doing is you're giving me this entire corner, and you're not getting anything yourself. Well, this is like 3 points, so that's not good. I might have screwed this up. I'm pretty sure that's the right move. It's probably, yeah, I messed that up. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and go over here. This Joseki is pretty normal. I think this is the right move here, but it's not that big of a difference. That's generally a bad move. In a fight, this liberty does actually matter later on, so you don't want to close this liberty off. It's mattered more than once before, so you definitely definitely don't want that. So this shape is not very good. It's still not that secure. There's not many points in here, and you just gave up the corner. In this particular case, this is better, or you just would go ahead and do something like this, and just leave this be, because this stone isn't that much of a threat, even if you end up doing this, I don't think right now it's worth another stone to secure in this fashion, or even in this fashion. So maybe I should have done this, but I was kind of afraid he does this. Like, this definitely doesn't, I don't know. I was like doing that. I'm just afraid that he's going to just do something like this, but maybe that's not, I'll have to research this some more. So here you would definitely do this. The upper shape is more important than me getting this. Letting me get the tiger's mouth here. You might have gotten a couple points there, but letting me get the tiger's mouth here solidifies my shape, and it destroys any chance of moyo you have over here. So that's why the tiger's mouth is I think is important. This Hane thing is, I don't think this is good. You've given me the side, and your moyo is significantly reduced. Now, when I do this, I think the best move is by far this. I mean, like, I think it would force white to do this, and now you have Sente, and you got like a nice little bit of territory down here. That move really doesn't make any sense. I mean, if you want to fight, you would just kind of go here. I'm not really sure if that would work. Nah, I wouldn't really. I guess that wouldn't really work right now. So I don't know. Since that doesn't work, I would just leave this alone. I would honestly just leave this alone and play this. I mean, like, you built this Moyo up here to get some territory down here. So letting me like get K17 doesn't make any sense in the end. So doing this, and the thing is, like, this is pretty big. I will say that R11 is pretty big, but that's just going to be bigger for me. Also for R11, white does have the option to do this later. It's not a recommended option, but you can do that later at the end. This particular, I mean, it's important, but I don't think it's that important. I prefer this. It's not really threatening, but it threatens it a little bit. Of course, like the double Hane up. And then like I get some of this territory here. This move is actually okay. I don't know if it's good now. It's actually okay, but generally what you do is you play that and then you just leave it be. Having a little cut point there might have some uses later. You definitely wouldn't do this because that's just dead. And there's no, I mean, like, you're just giving me points. It's not a bad invasion, but it's not a great invasion. That's bad by me. This is fine. Either do that or just play something maybe like this or something. Because he still has a cutting point here. This is a big mistake by me. I find this weird. You either Hane this or you just extend out. You can't let me Hane you over here. That's really bad for your shape. So this move doesn't really make much sense. You're kind of just solidifying my shape because this shape has a lot of Aji later. But once you do this, all that Aji just disappears. Like, this shape is well formulated now. Like, there's no Aji down here. There's not much you can do. And you don't really have any threat. Here you would just follow up on here. That's the only good response, I would guess. Or you could just like leave this alone and not answer me at all, I guess, and go somewhere else. That'd be like leaving me, like, not responding to me would actually be an okay option. I would still do this, but like I think like leaving, I would respond. But going somewhere else wouldn't be too bad, I guess. That is a really, really bad response because I automatically follow up with that. Now you kind of have to respond because you don't want me to Atari here. All right, so he does this. I'm going to go ahead and just take this, make my shape really strong. So if you really look at all these stones, he didn't really get too much. He let me out, and then he like solidified my shape down here. So definitely not good for him. Generally, you don't play a move like this because this is a co-threat later. You just took away a co-threat, and plus your shape still kind of sucks right now. This is a wrong move by me. I should have just went somewhere else. There's no point in answering this. Like, I feel like these trades are just a little bit. I feel like these trades are just a little bit in my favor each time because this is actually a really, really big move. Reduces his territory, increases mine. It's fine. So, like, I know the reflexive response is this, but there's no point to this move, at least not in my opinion. The thickness over here doesn't get anything. So I would rather just go ahead and solidify. I would just rather go ahead and solidify and get a couple points here. This is obviously really bad. Because that just gives me extra points and extra thickness. I feel like if you're going to just go ahead and kill this stone, it's more territory. Forcing me out this way is generally a bad idea. And I know like a lot of people like getting this territory, but right now it's not worth it. There's at maximum 10 points there, and you have to spend several moves to actually get it. Me being able to just chip away like this, I think is just worth more because that's Sente right there with like 2 or 3 points. This is essentially, me getting Sente, and then like me cutting this off just makes just as many points here as you did here, while getting a couple of advantages down here. So this is, I think there was a good way for him to do this. I mean, like, he could just do this, or, he could just do this, to break my territory. But this is just a bad sequence of events. This gives me more and more points. So here you would probably just, but then again, I can just do this. So you do have a problem here. So like, yeah, here you would almost have to do this, right? Because if I do this, you can just live. Yes, you sacrifice, actually, you know what? I can't even do that because you have the other tiger's mouth thing right here. So this isn't actually a bad situation for him. I should have just killed this. I didn't. There's a tiger's mouth over here. I shouldn't have done that. But I connected this. He does that. So of course I kill this, right? But when you're faced with this choice, you pretty much, you can just pretty much do this, and you generally at least have a. Well, I mean, this is just alive, so I actually messed up here. So the thing is, like, even if you have to, on this conceptual thing, even if you have to choose between this group down here and these 5 stones up here, as black, you are always going to choose this group down here. This group down here is just bigger. So obviously, like I said that during the game as well. And this is just dead. If he does this, you can just do this. That was like the last lesson in the game. Like, when you're faced with losing 2 groups, you got to lose the smaller one. You can't lose the bigger one. And of course, like, the mistake in here is just bad reading. So that's just that. So that's this game. That's all I'm going to do today. That's all I'm going to play today. Hope you actually go Magic channel over here. So I hope you had I hope you learned some stuff. This game was played really fast by both of us, but you can see the difference between how I think and how I'm processing, and how he thinks and how he's processing. And it's just kind of like changing your view of Go and how it's supposed to be played that gets you better, like if you're a DDK or SDK. And then like, so, there's obviously technical skills you have to like read and stuff. But like, if we were playing tournament, both of us would be playing a lot more carefully. But like, just the intuition will make a huge difference in how the game turns out. So that's the game for today. Like and subscribe, hit the bell notifications button, and I will be back later. I don't have too much time to play these days, but I will try to get a couple of games in here and there. I'll see you guys later.